Good morning. This is Ron Brown. It is September 30th, 2022. I'm going to do a video on relative strength using or with user SmartGroups. This is a follow-up to the video I did on relative strength a few weeks ago. Okay, here's my standard risk disclaimer. I've read this many times. You can see right here that all trading strategies are used at your own risk. And if you want a free 30-day trial of HGSI, just go to highgrowthstock.com and apply for the free 30 days. No credit card is required. Now this video is primarily for Insider Club members. If you want to have access to this user smart group, but you can build your own if you'd like. Now I'm going to go into the Help menu and I'm going to go to Member Services, and it's going to bring up a web page here. I've already logged in, going to my Insider Club, going to click on September 2022. By the time you watch this video, it's probably going to be October 2022, but just download the current newsletter. And then what you're going to look for to add this user SmartGroups is you're going to look for this link to PDF file for individual user SmartGroup add-on files. And this page will come up. It's a PDF. Now make sure that you download and install my latest filters as an add-on before you install the new filters, or the new user SmartGroups, I should say. So save as. I'll put this in my download folder. I have to overwrite an older filter file. And then I'm going to download the relative strength leaders. And I'll save this one as. And then I will close this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go under my Preferences menu and select Install Add-ons. And I'm going to install the filters first because this contains the updated filters that I'm using in this smart group, or for these smart groups. It's a very simple process. Then do the same thing. Go back to Install Add-ons, and this time you want RS leaders, or relative strength leaders. Just takes a few seconds. And here they are in my user smart group tree under relative strength leaders. The next thing I want to do is I want to go in, locate my main menu, update intraday now, just to make sure that I have all of the current prices, and then I'm going to go ahead and rebuild the industry groups. This is one of my older, slower computers, but it still doesn't take that long to go through this process. Okay, that's all, and when it finishes here, I'm going to go into my designer. I'm going to locate my industries. I'm going to rebuild indexes in group. And it's taking that current intraday data that I just downloaded and rebuilding the industry groups from the current data. On a fast computer, this would have been finished already. Now I'm going to rebuild my user smart groups because I just installed these two, and there's no data in them until I rebuild them. Now at the end of the day, these are end of day smart groups. When you do your daily update, they'll be ready for you to look at after you do your update. Okay, just finishing up here. And now I can go in Here's what they are. It's the relative strength has to be 97 and above. So these stocks are outperforming 97% of all the other securities in the database. This group is doing the same thing, except the industry group has to be up or has to be higher today than where it was 5 days ago. So I'm going to go back to the first one, these 25 here. I'll click through to the warehouse. You can see that there are 25 stocks in here. If I scroll over to the right, these stocks are all higher than they were yesterday. This is one day. But 22 of them are higher. The industry groups are higher than the industry groups were 5 days ago. If I go down to this one, there's going to be a slight change. All of these stocks are in groups that are higher now than they were 5 days ago. There's really not much difference in the two groups. So I'll just use the second one, this one here, where the industry groups are all higher than they were 5 days ago. And I'm going to sort on raw combo, the combo rank for this view. This is my intraday view today. The combo is intraday range, percentage price change. And on the first stock, okay, it just recalculated. The volume was less than average yesterday. The spread was wide. The close was very high. The 3 crossed the 6 13 days ago. And the VPOC, or volume point of control, crossed 4 days ago. RS is 99. EPS rank is 20. I don't pay a lot of attention to EPS ranks. But it's a factor. But it's I should put it this way. It's not a disqualifier. If you have a poor EPS rank, but a stock is strong technically, that takes precedence. Group rank is 84, ERG 203. Kirkpatrick relative strength is 99. Over 5 days, it's outperformed the S&P by 17%, and over 10 days by 21%. And here's what it's doing today. It's up 13.94%. The range is at 86.52. The percentage change, the last divided by the low, is 14.33. Volume is running 130% above average. And you can see this nice breakout on here. Now I rebuilt the industry group so I can see what the current line is doing, and the biotech group today is heading up. Now let's put this in context a little bit. Yesterday was a very weak day in the market. After a strong day, we had an extremely weak day. So let's just go to the end of day. I'm going to regress here a little bit. You can see that even though the market was weak yesterday, out of these 25 stocks, it looks like 19 of them were up yesterday in spite of a weak market. Now if I go back down to my intraday, you can see that every one of these stocks is currently up today except for this one, and this one is flat. So going back to these stocks, I'm sorted on raw combo. Above average, wide, high, crossed over 2 days ago on both of them. Let's look at this one. You can see there was an effort to rise, and also high volume up bar closing on the high on this day. Here was yesterday. This was generated from yesterday, and we're following through today. It's up another 8.82% today. Sigma Lithium, very high, above average, very high, crossed over 2 days ago. Zero's a crossover day, has an RS of 99, no EPS rank. Kirkpatrick is 99, up 4.58% today. Let's just look at it. So you can see here is an expansion, or this could be just considered a contraction. Pulled back and it contracted, holding up, and now the 3 crossed the 6 again, and it's starting to move up again. with an RS rank of 99. What I'm trying to emphasize here is that strong relative strength stocks, even in a weak market, can go up, and usually do, unless it's a total market meltdown. So this is a good place to look. And I limited these two groups to 25 because I think that is plenty of stocks to look at. So let's go through a few more. Now I'm going to change charts. I'm in my contextual intrinsic setup risk charts, but I'm going to drop down to my UNR chart, undercut and rally, because what it does is it shows accumulation days with the light green lines before the crossover days. So you can see there was accumulation here, and then the crossover happened on this day, and that was 2 days ago. This is today. Here's 2 days ago. This represents 1, this represents 0. So strong RS, what do we have here? 98. Poor EPS again. Group ranks okay, but the strong RS prevails. Now this one crossed down 11 days ago on the 3 and the 6, and the days down since the volume point of control crossed were 3 days ago, has an RS of 99, but yesterday above average volume, above average spread, and closed very high. It's up 2.53%, trading at 93.69% of its daily range. So this is a stock that has been in a downtrend. I know that it has been in a short-term downtrend for several days because 11 days ago the 3 went below the 6, which if we go back here, put a crosshair on here, this was more than likely 11 days ago. It's hard to see right here. I don't see, it looks like it was right on the line there, and this is where it did cross down. So this was a nice looking strong stock, and as oil sold off, this sold off. That's why I have these group lines in here. You can see what the groups are doing, and then as the groups start to stabilize, we see accumulation coming into the stock, an effort to rise along with strength seen returning was confirmed a few days ago, and then a low volume test, and then today it's an up bar near the high after test confirms strength. So stock like this, looks like the industry is pretty flat today, which is exploration and production. But this gives you a chance to locate stocks that may be heading up again. And why not concentrate on the high relative strength stocks? That's my entire point of doing this video and making these smart groups for us. Let's do one more. Okay, nice move up, a price rejection there. It fell down, the group was moving down. Look how the group is moving down also. And then the group started holding steady. Here we had 1 day of accumulation, another day of accumulation, and then a crossover. By the way, my undercut and rally scans will start picking these stocks up on accumulation days. You can go to the scans, or you can just use the scorecard here. And if a stock is appearing here, like any of these where the 3 is below the 6, but the price is up today, that means accumulation is going on. Let's look at ERF. And here was accumulation, and then a crossover day today. So you can see the 3 days of accumulation. The group started turning up here. This is exploration and production. Some money was flowing into this group, and it's reflected in this chart up here. So just remember this when you're prospecting in these markets. The market counts for approximately 60% of a stock's movement. The group accounts for 20%, 25%, and the stock itself accounts for the rest. So market and group rotations very important. But like yesterday, even when the market was really down, the groups that were up, and let's go back over here, you can see over 1 and 5 days. This is today because I just rebuilt these, and this is a comparison to 5 days, or the percentage gain looking back 5 days. So if the groups are moving up and the market's weak, and if you find strong stocks like this, there's a good chance that you can enter these trades and make money in spite of a very weak market. Thank you for listening. That's going to be it for this video. Just go through the process to install these high relative strength scans, and you'll be all set. Thanks for listening.